Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Saturday. It's gonna be a beautiful day here in Michigan. Um, it's just yeah, it's just gonna be a good one. I'm grateful for the weather, the sun and the blue sky. My children are here. My oldest are sleeping. They sleep in so late, and it annoys the crap out of me. Man, it's so bothersome for some reason. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense why it bothers me. I know they need their rest, and I know they're off staying up later than me and stuff, but I'm in this mode, in this routine of sleep being important, but getting as much of it as I can when I can, and with nutrition and hydration and fitness. Like I'm on my path, and I'm working hard towards that, and I want to push that on my kids so much, but it's so hard to not cross the line with that. And so it's hard. It's a just a weird wall that gets built in families, I think, at least for me. So I tried to lead by example and not nag, but also bring it to their attention as well. And sometimes it gets rough because I feel annoying, and that's a real struggle, I think. Um, and I didn't even plan on talking about that. That's what's crazy. But that's just something that's on my mind constantly. That if I don't take control of early in the day, um, upon many other thoughts and ways of thinking and just different things on my mind, like it snowballs into a shit show really quick. And man, I've been having a lot of those days in a row. My It's been brought to light that my communication really fucking sucks as well. So I've been battling with just so many things personally, on top of knowing that everybody is battling with this coronavirus shit. And it's just a battle and a struggle for everybody mentally. I don't care who you are. These some of the toughest mental people, or the that's not the way to put it. Some of these dudes with the most amazing minds, like these Jocko Willinks and these David Goggins type human beings. Even these guys have it on their mind. I really appreciate Joe Rogan, and he's fearful of this coronavirus upon other things that can happen and all the other things that's going on with it, the economy, and just what it can do to people's health, and how people are so unprepared, and just there's just so much chaos going on in every human being on this planet, whether they know it or not, are affected by it. And it's all like, we've at one point in this whole time that we'll be alive, we share something that is similar to everybody, and it's just a crazy thing. And there's just so much chaos going on, and we're all in our own mental struggles and in our own fights, personally. And um, man, it's just a really tough time. So I just kind of went off on a rant there. I wasn't trying to um, get off topic too much, but I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen, and if you continue to follow this channel, continue to follow my words and what I talk about, and where I go with things, if you're gonna continue to do that, I'm gonna go on rants. But it's weird. I kind of always, well, I usually can always come back to it in a weird way, my points. And I don't want to keep doing this just off the top of my head, because I have huge vision for what I would like for this to look like. But right now, I just want to talk, and I want to see if people are willing to listen. And then I also want to listen if people are willing to talk. And I just want to keep going from there. And another thing, I just want to I just want to be positive, and there's a lot of really amazing other positive people out there who are trying to do the same thing. And not just positive, though. I want to be honest, and I want to be real, and I want to be raw at times. And I am going to be that way, and I am going to use words that will make people upset, I'm sure. But I'm going to also talk about things that are real, that I just can't sugarcoat. And if I use word choices, or if I tell stories and talk about stuff, about things that bother you, I'm just gonna have to keep doing that, because that's just what life looks like. This is who I am. I've tried it so many ways. I've tried it your way, I'm sure. I've tried it uh, just so many different ways, and there's so many other ways to keep. And I'm just going to continue to just kind of adapt and overcome as my life goes on, and just keeping my value system in check, and trying to respond out of that as much as possible, and not out of my emotions always. And um, so what I talk about is going to be very real and who I am. I've been battling so much mentally lately, personally, and I'm going to talk about that. Going Went through a breakup with an amazing woman, and times are just tough there, and there's just so much chaos going on, and I'm mentally being challenged. The gym's shut down, so that's kind of tough. So I'm doing it on my own, and that's cool. It's really helping. I love digging deep and pushing myself and seeing what I'm really made of, because, um, like I learned on a walk for thought, if you're willing to challenge yourself, the reward that comes when you come through that challenge, whew, I'm getting goosebumps talking about it, because it's just the most amazing thing. And sorry, this sun is so bright, and squinting, starting to give me a headache a little bit. Um, but I'm not complaining, though. The sun is awesome, by the way. But things learned on this walk, that I did, was from Hastings, Michigan to Mackinac City, where I actually ended up crossing into St. Ignace, which finished the walk. It was 284 miles. Finished it on the 13th day, getting into Mackinac City, had a rest day, and then crossed the bridge the next day. So the journey was amazing, and I learned a lot. And since then, I've had to go really deep into my brain, and I've been digging into some parts of my uh, parts of my core that need some fixing, and it just shows in every part of my life. I can see and I can feel where I need to adjust and where I need to fix things. And sometimes even life has a funny way at showing you, and other people have a way at showing you where you really need to build yourself up. And so I've been battling with ego and pride, and just trying to figure out what's the line, because I don't want to. It's just a hard ground, and I'm just going to be brutally honest. I don't know how to talk about myself so much and different things that I've done without coming off like a complete conceited asshole. And I don't want to be that guy. Like, yeah, that's not that's not who I am. Like, I don't want people to think I'm cool. I don't want people to think that I'm awesome. And I battle that sometimes, because I need people to hear me, and I need people's attention. And I battle with like what's too much, because I don't want the personal, like, oh, you're so cool, Mike. But I would love to have people hear me, and listen to some of these things that I've learned and that I'm doing, that because I believe a lot of my struggles are so similar and so consistent with so many people's. And I'm far from perfect, and I'm far from anything. Yeah, I'm just a human being. I'm just a dude that didn't ask to be born. It's not an excuse. I didn't even ask to be here, and now I'm trying to navigate myself and four little human beings with me, the best way possible. And I've tried it so many ways. I'm not going to talk about religion. I mean, I will, but not right now. I'm not. I just believe that you on your path are completely unstoppable. And that has been spoken to me from my good buddy Antonio. And for years now, he has been a bright light in my life. And he speaks truth and wisdom like a 80-year-old human like being would, that has been through some shit, but he's just a younger dude, but he just speaks right to me. And he says that to me quite often, and I believe it. And that's what I believe. Like, we are equipped with something inside of us that lets us know what we're doing is right or wrong. We go off of that, and we go with it and try to love people. Like, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to preach a whole bunch of stuff. I just want to do and be. But I'm going to get on here, and I'm going to share experiences and talk. And that's what's going to happen. And some of these rants will happen. I'm going to have some times when I have an agenda. Sometimes I'm just going to go off the top of my head and just speak. And if you guys ever have any questions or want to ask me anything, I would love to be completely honest about anything. Honest. I think us being raw and being real to each other is what needs to happen. And I feel like that's been questioned in my life a little bit lately by some important people, and I want to make sure that I'm doing that. And I'm gonna mess up, but I want to be brutally honest when I do. I got so much that I will keep talking about on this channel. I have so much that's going to continue to come. I have some awesome thoughts on so many ideas and so many concepts and so much stuff that's going on. And I know I share it with so many people because I have so many friends and I talk to so many people who share similar beliefs and then very opposite beliefs. And it's cool to just chat and do it the right way without being assholes to each other, you know. And it's hard because it's so easy to go to that place to respond out of how we feel. And it all leads back to that. We control our response always. That's it. And how we prepare, how we are training, how we are getting ready. What are you doing to, be ready for whatever comes at you? Because we control that. We control our response to that. We don't control what comes at us. We just control how we respond and how we prepare for that. Response is crucial and it's important, and I believe so many, including myself, lack in that area, and I used to lack a lot more, and I'm not. That's that ego thing that I talked about. That's not me bragging. I can just see progress in my life because I continue to try to stay as consistently disciplined as possible, and living off of little things that I call battle plans that I would love to continue to build and show people the things that I'm doing and help people build their own battle plans that consistently come like 30-day plans, 10-day plans, a week, like just different plans that I consistently throw into my schedule to help change things up, help get more disciplined in areas, specific focused areas of my life, specific diets, specific foods and workouts. And that's the type of thing that have helped me stay sober from alcohol and pills. And, you know, that stuff used to control me. And I see what discipline does. I see what getting your body running properly does as far as nutrition and exercise and just the mind, as far as breathing. A lot of cold water stuff that I've been working on and breathing that has just been really helping me grow stronger. And that's what I believe in life that you need. You never get to a spot where you don't struggle or where you don't have hard times, because I believe that's bullshit. Like, I believe that you're always going to have that because that's how you keep growing, and you just keep growing until ultimately you don't have another day, until you lose your life. And then there's a lot that we can do to make that not happen, and there's a lot of things that we can do that we can't control that, and we got to come at peace with that as well. And there's just so much more I want to continue to share about my life and my struggles, and just be as raw and real and open and honest. I really want to work on a podcast. I'm still writing my book. I'm still really trying to plan more walks, trying to plan the big walk to Niagara Falls. There's just so much on my plate. I know there's so much on your plate, so I appreciate you listening to this so far. Just maybe help share the YouTube channel, help share the stuff that I share, because that's kind of how this vision goes. It takes a whole bunch of people who give a shit to make a difference, but it really starts with one person, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to get a whole bunch of people moving in the same direction, because once you get that momentum of people who care, people who want to see a change, who want to make a difference and be part of the solution, who want to actually be love, who, once you get that moving forward, there's not a whole lot that can stop that. So that's just what I'm wanting to do with the time that I have here on Earth, and that's where social media, and that's where you all come into play, because it's going to be really neat to see the interaction and what can happen with with people who want to be positive. So thank you guys for listening. I have a really cool, some cool thoughts on preparation that I'm going to get down. I'll try to do better camera and lighting and all that stuff, because I just would like to see if I can, do something with this YouTube channel and continue to just share my life with you guys, because that's something I just decided that I would like to do. I would like to share my struggles, because I don't know what I can offer. What else? I don't have the college thing. I have student loans up the ass. I'll never buy a house the right way. I'll never do things like traditionally ever. So I'm going to have to find other ways to do it. And um, I have an amazing job. I have an amazing family. I have an amazing group of support that is helping push me into a direction of doing life the way that I want to, while being the most productive and most loving, kind, generous person that I can be. And I just want to be an example of you can be a shit show and grow out of that and do something with your life. And I want to teach that to my kids first, and then beyond from there. And I'll continue to live life the way that I'm aimed. And I'm sorry if that offends you. I'm sorry if what you hear or see from me isn't up to par for you. Um, but I'm different than you, and my lifestyle is probably too. And but I'm doing what I feel is the best way, the most loving way that I can, the best example that I can be. I know where I was once at. I know my heart. I know where I want to go, and I know the direction that it takes. I know the direction I have to head, and I know what it takes to kind of get there. And I'm going to be brutally honest. I'm going to do what it takes to get there with a loving heart, without stepping on people's toes, without trying to take anything that's not mine, without um, being honest and real, and just living life as a human being that gives a shit about other human beings. But we got to take care of ourselves first to do that. So that was a rant today. Don't fucking quit. Just keep going. Just be love. If you see someone that needs something, just help them. You know, stay home if you can stay home. There's some crazy shit going on, guys. Stay healthy, get fit, eat right, take care of yourselves, and take care of your minds, because we are in control of a lot more than most of us think and believe. So I appreciate you guys listening. If you guys like what you hear, please share it. Please help me spread this vision, this message, because I'd like to keep doing it. So if you guys need anything, reach out. I would love to help. I still have we down at the market, we have a lot of meat that I can donate. If you're interested, reach out at Mike Hamp on Facebook Messenger. Yeah, that's the best I got right now. I got to get back on top of social media. I have a lot of people that want to help. So, all right. Thanks, guys. See ya.